Hello YouTube, Trinity here, giving you guys a deck profile for Mastemon for the Digimon card game. This is a deck that I borrowed from a friend of mine who just got into the card game. We've been convincing him to play because his favorite character is Mire and his favorite Digimon is Mastemon. We've been slowly teaching him, and I was really impressed I sent him a couple lists from Digimon card meta, a couple topping lists that I found here and there, and I'm honestly really impressed with what he himself has put together, a little bit with my help, of course, but I asked him what he preferred for his style of play and what cards he thought were the ones he wanted to run, and this is what he came up with. I will give a shout out to this egg. He does want to try running 4 Kiarumons, but we only have 1 extra, and I don't have any. I can't seem to find the other 3. I'm guessing I put them in Dynasmon, but I'm gonna help him pick up that at some point. But starting off with the deck profile for Mastemon, we run 4 copies of. My cat is shedding all over my mat, so please excuse any hair you see on the table. She does what she wants. We're running 4 copies of Tokomon. If you're unfamiliar, this is like my opinion, one of the best eggs in yellow next to Kiarumon. Again, you could run Kiarumon or the other egg from the Mastemon starter deck. I think Tokomon's the one that we ended up on because we had 4 of it. And but he does want to run 4 of this instead for jamming. He wants to try it out. But Tokomon has been doing really well for him. If you're not familiar with Tokomon, it says when a card is added to your security, you may draw 1. So that will trigger multiple times when you jogress. And it's just a pretty good yellow egg. Moving on, we'll start with the level 7s. He is running. I'm going to probably mess that up the entirety of this video because I've never done someone else's deck profile, but he's running 1 copy of Dinamon, just for like the one-of removal tech, the extra jogresser game. He actually did that against my friend playing All Force the other day. He swung with the 2 Mastemons, then he jogressed Mastemon Ace and a fall down mode into this and swung for game, which was pretty awesome on his end. So we run 1 copy of this. I'm not going to give you a rundown of all the card by cards since I don't play Mastemon. I don't have them all memorized, and this would take a long time because Mastemon is a very combo heavy deck. But I will do a small combo at the end of the video. Next, he plays 2 copies of Mastemon Ace, one of the old art he picked up from a trade from our buddy. Yeah, we're running 2 copies of the Ace. And 3 copies of the original Jawgrass Mastemon. The Ace is good for defense, and I think the original Mastemon is just still the best one to go in on your own turns. Just having 5 Jawgrass targets is really good. And for our last level 6 of the deck, he is running, I'm going to mess it up the whole day, I apologize, 1 copy of Ophanimon Fall Down Mode for the recovery and removal, and for the extra body. That is it for the level 6 and 7s. We'll now move on to level 5s. He's running 1 copy of Lady Devimon. This card says it's my favorite purple card. When you Digivolve, draw 2 and discard 2 cards. And then if you lose an option, you can delete something 3k or less, level 3 or less. Then he plays 2 copies of EX6 Lady Devimon, Inheritable Scapegoat, and the on-play Blow Up. 3 copies of Lady Devimon from BT11. And that is it for the Lady Devimons. We'll now move on to his Angelomon package. He's on 6-6. We're trying out a 6-6 split. He was running more, but we're trying out a little bit more space for option cards. We're running 1 copy. I ended up selling him the 1 copy of Angelomon Ace that I had for the old art. He's running 1 copy of that, 2 copies of this Angelomon. He might bump it up later, but he's been seeing 2 pretty consistently. He's running 2 of this one from BT11, and he's running 3 copies of the EX6 Angelomon. This one I know gives security attack -2 to a Digimon on play, which has been coming up quite a lot for him, especially because he was fighting my friend's All Force deck for 3 hours, 1 hour per game. They were both popping off, and the Mastemon just kept healing, and all 3 games went the deck out, 2 of which, first game, All Force bricked. Second game, Mastemon bricked and started to heal back and recover. And then the third game was a back and forth slugfest. And I was like, how are y'all still not done? And why are you doing a best of 3 set? Stop it. Next, we run the most important card in the deck from when I used to play this deck was Gatomon on play. Top 3, search for Digimon yellow, purple, add it to your hand, and then end of turn jog rest. And then it reduces Digivolution cost by 2. We're running 4 more copies of Gatomon that searches Mirei or a Fallen Angel, and then 1 of the Saki Geogreymon, because it lets you play Mirei from security. And that is it for the level 4s. We'll now move on to the level 3s, which is a very small package of the deck. He's on 3 of this Salamon. He was on 4, but we dropped it 1 as well to make space for an option cards. It's been showing up quite a lot. And then he's on this package right here. He's on 2 copies of the promo Patamon and 4 copies, you guessed it, of BT. What is it? 14 Patamon, I believe. Blastoise. It's Blastoise Patamon. Yeah, it's BT14. The one that lets you look in security and Digivolve for free into a vaccine. Which is all your level 4s here. And yeah, that is it for the level 4s. For level 3s, you'll notice that we are on a Patamon package. And that is because you'll see in a moment. But right now, we'll move on to the option cards. Allow me to fix this pile up here real quick. Boink, boink, boink. All right, there we go. Next, for the option cards, we run 1 copy of Calling from Darkness. This card is limited to 1 for good reason. You can destroy 1 of your Digimon, and that's... You don't have to destroy if you have none. So if you have an empty board, you do as much as possible with this from what I've heard. And you add back 2 purples. And he'll use this to add back the Ordinamon that was in security and a fall down mode that he lost. And it was, and I think the other game he used it for like the Lady Devimon that draws 2 discards. And the Mastemon Ace that was in his trash, so he added back. So it's been really helpful for him, and he was going to drop it, but he's really been enjoying it. Next, he's on 2 copies via my suggestion of Chaos Degradation. Just one of the best removal cards in the game. Just one of the best bombs. It came up against all 3 games, one of the reasons it took so long. And yeah, just one of the best removal cards to this day. I want to yell at my cat. I can see her. She's about to knock down my Diaboromon figure. Psst. Down. Get down. Hey. Thank you. Thank you. God, cat. You're going to knock down everything up there. He's on 3 copies of Yellow Memory Boost. It's going to become the dual color Memory Boost in a bit. Is there a hair or something in that? Or is that just the artwork? Well, there's something on that card there. But yeah, there's 3 copies of Yellow Memory Boost to search out our rookies and everything else. This will probably later become Amber Memory Boost. And then the Tamers, he is on, finally, last but not least, 3 copies of the BT11 Mirei, the card that took him so long to get a hold of, 2 copies of the EX6 Mirei, and then a card that he's really been enjoying and testing is TK and Cody. And that is it for the deck profile. I will now do a small little combo. Let me try to set this up really quick. So we'll just start with we're moving Gatom. We want to move that 3 memory. So he has no cards in breeding, no Digimon. These are the only 2 tamers that matter. So we'll go like this. He has 2 tamers on board. This happened the other day in his first game in testing, and I helped him with this combo because I saw it and I said he had no cards in deck and no Digimon on field versus a blocker, and the opponent had no security. And now he's like, I don't think I win this. And I'm like, I think I see a line. You want me to help? He goes, sure. I go, use the TK and Cody. Play the Patamon. He had 3 memory. He went up to 4, I believe, with this. No, he went up to 3 exactly. I told him to Digivolve into Gatomon for 3. He Digivolves for the 3 memory into Gatomon, putting him at 0. He then, again, go, okay, now he has this entire deck in trash and hand, by the way. So he has everything. He go play this for free at the start of main. He goes to the start of turn, he's at 3. I go, okay. Next, you're going to Digivolve into, doesn't matter which, just go into one of them. So he goes into, I think it was Anduamon. I don't remember which. He goes into Anduamon. Next, I go, okay, play this. He plays Lady Devimon. He blows up the blocker. And then he goes, since he went over for 1, he goes, my friend goes, okay, so his turn ends, so I win, right? I go, not yet. He's still resolving. He goes, he goes, end of turn, Dakamon, Jawgrass into, I told him go into either one. He goes into this one but I said, don't do that because he has a Digi. He has go into the other one so you don't have to do it. He goes, okay. He goes into this. He gains back 1 memory and he swings for game with the Jawgrass into the new Digimon. And he goes, That's kind of fun. He goes, I like that. I go, yeah, that was just a small little combo that he ended up pulling off with no cards in deck. I'm not saying that combo is going to go off consistently, but it was something that I saw and I wanted to point out to him, and he ended up winning. And our one friend was very upset because of course, I'm backseating a new player, helping him learn. But I saw the line. It said this would be a really cool combo to display to him. He's really been enjoying this deck. Shout out to him for letting Steven to let me borrow the deck for this deck profile. It's a deck that I've always wanted to re-pick up. I ended up selling it off a while ago, but it's been a really fun deck to help him learn and revisit myself. I hope you enjoyed this deck profile. I hope to give you more soon. I'm still working to get these last few cards from eBay for Buddy Fight deck profiles coming in the mail, so stay tuned for that. And I hope to see you in the next video. Ciao.